This your boy D Knows about back with another video. We got a reaction. So I heard Charles Barkley inside the NBA was talking about Anthony Edwards and his regression. I only read the title of the video, so I just wanted to react to what they got to say, and then I'm gonna give my opinion on it later. So let's get into it.
Why is it that Minnesota is where they are right now? I'm not saying it's a bad year. They're 17-15 right now, but when you compare this team that you're watching to the one we saw last year that was 30 games over 500, what are you seeing?
Night and day. It's night and day because they really miss Cat.
Really?
They really miss Cat. You see, the Knicks have won 9-0. Cat's on fire right now. But number one, when Rudy Gobert,
Yeah, they can't replace the shooting, and him and Gobert was the perfect tandem in the front court, scoring and defense.
is in the game, Ernie, they're playing 5-on-4 because Rudy's not scoring. But the one thing that's hurt, they really have screwed up Nas Reed because he's not getting any shots at all, basically, because Julius Randle is a good player, but he's so ball dominant. And he gonna get his shot, and he's not worried about anything else. And I actually think Anthony Edwards, in my opinion, has regressed because he's become an outside shooter. He's not aggressive like he was last year. And you can look at those numbers right there and say he's averaging 19 points. In my opinion, it's not a good 19. In my opinion.
But how is Anthony Edwards regressed?
Because he's taking too many threes, in my opinion.
Way too many.
Because Ernie, when he's such a terrific player, if you're guarding him, you want him shooting threes. Because if he's going to the basket, he's dunking on people, he's getting you in foul trouble, he's getting you in the penalty sooner.
See, everybody loves to talk about, oh, this is a three-point shooting league. Everybody's shooting threes, more threes. That's the most, that's the best shot. Say, bro, when you an athlete like Anthony Edwards, you got to make an exception to the rule. Get to the free throw line, get into the rim, just scaring people, then driving kicks open up. You just can't just settle for threes like you Luke Kennard or somebody, bro. I'm sorry. The fact that he's leading in three-point field goals made is crazy with the type of athlete he is and the rim pressure he could put on an opponent. I'm just saying.
He shoots threes, even though he make them. Think about this, Ernie. The one game we watched him earlier this year, he came out and made like 6 threes the first quarter. And I said, I hate the way he's playing. Even though he made 6, but the defense is like, they end up losing that game. They end up losing that game. Well, first of all, no disrespect. He shouldn't even be on this list. Let's stop it. Let's stop it.
That's just one of those curious things. His first 8 games against the Celtics, he's had at least 20.
And I told you.
And it gets Shaq on a list.
Yeah. That's my point. All those other guys in the Hall of Fame. One thing we do on television that's so stupid. Like last year, we said, this dude like Michael Jordan. They just both black. He's not Michael Jordan. And I think he's a great kid and he got a chance of being a great player. But I personally think he's regressed and become a jump shooter. He's not aggressive. He's going to have to become more of a leader. When you have a breakout, it doesn't get easier, it gets harder. But like I say, I think Julius Randle's game is...
Honeymoon phase is over. Julius Randle, a bad fit. Nas Reed, J. McDaniels need to step up too, though.
It's really hurt Nas Reed. But I think the biggest issue is Rudy is just not a scorer, Ernie. And you're playing 5-on-4. And you don't have to... Think about this. Cat, you had to play Cat out to the three-point line. You don't have to do that with Rudy. And so Anthony, he's selling for jump shots, and he's really playing 5-on-4. He's playing.
I would agree with Chuck 100%. And we talked about that comparison last year that people were saying Michael Jordan. Well, there's a quote I do remember Michael talking about when he hit the 7 threes. He says, "That's not my game because it takes me out of attack mode." He says, and so when Anthony Edwards is in attack mode,
that's when he's at his best.
What happens is the weak side defenders are now playing defense. When he's shooting threes, the weak side defenders, the guys who's guarding the guys on the other side of the floor, get the rest. But when he's driving the basket, you gotta go help. He kicks it, now you gotta sprint back out. He creates so much havoc. So I would agree with Chuck. When he turns back into the attacker and not the shooter,
And
that's when he's going to be different.
And to add on to that, we anointed him as great. But if you want to become greater, you have to show a little bit more consistency. And I have to agree with Chuck. By him just stepping out there and shooting threes, he's digressed. Once he get back to mixing his game up, he will become a great player.
Can I ask you a question, a trivia question that you have absolutely no shot at?
What's that?
Okay, Julius Randle.
Yes.
Double figures in all 32 of the games he's played with Minnesota. All right. Who's got the record for Minnesota?
Doug West.
Most double-digit games to start your career.
I'm just going to say Doug
Kevin Love.
He looked.
J.R. Ryder.
Try Tony Campbell with 93.
Ohio State,
that?
right?
New York City.
Ohio State, right?
New York City.
He played for the Lakers too, didn't he?
He's 25. Don't start snitching.
Back with more TNT NBA tip-off presented by CarMax in just a minute.
Well, I guess that's it. Let me look up Anthony Edwards' stats real quick, just because. I just want to see real quick, because he did have 52 against Detroit the other day, but they still got whooped on. I just want to see, okay, 25, 6 and 4, 44% from the field. Regular season, he's 44% from the field, 42% from 3. Let me go to Basketball Reference. I just really want to see how many threes he's taking. So he's taking 10 threes a game. He hitting them at a crazy rate, bro. But his free throw attempts was consistently going up. Now his free throw attempts are down. His assists were going up. Now his assists are down. So it's like your assists down, your free throw attempts down. That's just not trending in the right direction for a superstar. And your points are down. And your field goal attempts is up. So, yeah, I'm with Charles Barkley and the crew on this one. Anthony Edwards definitely just has to get to the free throw line more. He has to put more pressure on the rim. He has to do more driving kicks. Just because you get guys easier open, wide open threes. You don't settle for them yourself, especially when you are blessed with athletic gifts and the Edwards have been blessed with. You got to try to force the action. You don't settle for, oh, they giving me jump shots and I'm good at making them. That's cool. But it's the same thing with Wemby. Just because you can make a lot of threes don't mean you should take a lot of threes. Jokic can shoot threes, but Jokic don't take a lot of threes. Same thing with Embiid. Embiid can make threes, but he don't take a lot of threes. So you just got to be picking and choosing your spots. Anthony Edwards did come out and say he doesn't really like passing. He likes to be in attack mode. He likes to score. But say, man, I just think Anthony Edwards has to just get more mature in his basketball IQ and his playmaking. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be a superstar. I think he's going to be one of the better, more elite two-way players on the perimeter in the game. But it's just certain things he got to learn. And they done blew up the team about 2 or 3 times. This is like the second reset they done had. You had the Patrick Beverly, D'Lo, Vanderbilt team. Then you had the Cat, Rudy Gobert. Now you got the Julius Randle, DiVincenzo. This is like his third group already. So the front office needs some consistency in roster building for him as well. So I'm not going to put everything on Anthony Edwards, even though he has regressed this year. We done seen it. He's not making as many free throws because he's not getting to the line as much. His points went down. His field goal attempts went up. His assists went down. So he has regressed. He just needs to get back to being him, get back and getting into the lane and forcing the defense to react. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about Anthony Edwards. Has he regressed? What's next for the Timberwolves? But this your boy Didn't Know About. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.